Hello there, amazing viewers. I welcome you to Property Nugget, brought to you by One Real Expertise Properties Agency. My name is Duduzile Monica Mguni, and you know how we roll. I'm not alone. I'm joined by an expert who will be answering all the questions regarding today's topic. And to you viewers at home, remember to make use of our commentary section. Ask us any questions, and we'll definitely answer as soon as possible. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
Wow. Can you kindly introduce yourselves to the viewers? Who are you and what do you do?
Okay. Hello to all the viewers out there. My name is Nontle, and I am a qualified interior designer. But I'm currently working as an architectural assistant, and also currently busy with getting my practice number through SACAP as a candidate architectural draftsperson.
Interesting. That was a mouthful. So what is the job of an interior designer? What does one do?
First of all, interior designers and interior decorators are usually termed as the same type of people, but we are not the same. Interior designers work more with the spatial planning of a space, of an interior space. We work very closely with architects. We are supposed to be able to understand how construction works, understand how plans work. So we basically do space planning, and we create spaces that are safe and healthy and aesthetically pleasing. Then obviously we do pick colors and finishes and all of that, but it is more detailed than what an interior decorator would do.
What a difference. Because they actually kind of sound the same.
Yeah, they do sound the same, but sometimes people just think if you're an interior designer, not to undermine interior decorators, but you pick paint colors and window coverings and cushions, but it's part of it, but it's more in depth
actually
than
broad.
that. Yes.
So what steps should one take if they want to become one?
First of all, you need to have a national diploma or an equivalent qualification. And then my advice would be to study through a university. I know that there are colleges that offer interior design, but with my experience, it is better to go through a university. There was a friend of mine who studied interior design at a college for 2 years, and then when she came over to the university, they couldn't credit her 2 years. She had to start over from scratch. So, but depending on which institution you go to, they don't all offer the same type of work that you would do. So you would need that, and then subject-wise, if you are still in school, you should be looking into doing creative subjects. So like your visual arts, technical drawing is also a plus because you are obviously going to be drawing, whereas interior decorators don't usually draw plans. So with interior design, you need to understand the technical part of drawing plans.
So did you have the opportunity to do your technical drawing in high school?
No, actually, I didn't. My subjects in high school were
totally different.
They were not even connected to each other. But I remember at that time, one of the subjects you were supposed to have was mathematics.
Okay.
So I did have mathematics, and then I just took other random subjects along the way. But everything else I learned when I was in school. But I did have a good understanding of floor plans. Yes.
Okay, that's beautiful. So I know that there are different styles of interior design. Can you mention a few and describe them?
Okay, there are actually a lot of styles of interior design.
Yes.
I'm just going to touch on the three main ones.
Okay.
So there is modern design.
Yes, which I love.
So this type of design is characterized by the monochromatic color palettes, so clean lines, minimalism, using natural materials like your timber, your steel, that type. And then it uses a lot of natural light. So in this type of design, you would usually have a lot of the technical stuff in there. So your kitchen would be clean lines, no fridge showing, no microwave showing. Everything would just be closed off. And then another type of a design in interior design is contemporary design.
Yes.
And sometimes contemporary design is also classified as modern design.
Yes. It
But
has the same feel.
Yes, but modern always changes, right? So you can't really say it's modern because
yeah.
it'll be modern for now.
Yes.
But contemporary, at least, it's a good way to just sum it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that type of a style would use. Oh, sorry. It emphasizes on intentionality. So
Okay.
mostly the function
Okay.
of how a space would be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you appreciate a lot of quality material. So in contemporary design, you see a lot of detail work, like in your cornices won't be like straight.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have a lot of like architectural detailing going on in there. There's a lot of open floor plans as well. Uses a lot of texture with florals and all of that, and a lot of wood as well. And then the other one is traditional interior design.
Okay.
And
it's more what we see in our homes, right?
Yes.
No.
I think that this type of a design like usually has a lot of the home feel to it.
Okay.
Yes, so it is rooted in the European design, primarily in the 18th and 19th century.
Okay.
So styles that you would find in like England and France. So
Okay.
if you think of the palace where the queen stays,
Romantic vibes.
yes, so
okay.
it would be that type of a design using a lot
Vintage.
of golds and stuff. Yes, vintage stuff as well. So
Okay.
basically that, yes.
There's a lot to actually choose from. So interesting.
There is categories and categories, yes.
So nice. Okay. So what is the difference between an interior designer and a draftsman?
Okay, like I've said previously, an interior designer does technical drawings and
Yes.
understands the construction of buildings, but then also adding in a bit of that aesthetically pleasing finishes. So you would be able to pick your paint finishes and all your other finishes in the home. And then a draftsman is basically someone that just draws technical plans.
Okay. So they
Yes.
focus more on the drawing
Yes.
than the
Then
style
there's-
side.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you do both.
Yeah, I do. At the moment, I do both, yes.
That's interesting. So what are some of the challenges that you've actually faced as an interior designer and a draftsman? I mean, juggling both. It must be a lot.
Well, because they work hand in hand, it's not that difficult.
All right.
Where I'm working now, it's an architectural firm. So I obviously work together with the architect.
Okay.
The architect would usually do all the conceptual designs.
Okay.
I would also like chip in
There
there
and
and
there.
advise wherever
Yes.
they would need
Yes.
advice, but they would mainly do the design of the building or the floor plans. And then I would be the one that would take it into the next steps and just draw it properly and detail it, making sure that all the relevant information is on there to submit to the councils. And then if in that project there is an interior part of it that we need to do, then we do it. So if someone wants cabinets to be designed for the kitchen and for the rest of the home in the bedrooms, I would be able to do that. If they want us to pick tiles for them, paint finishes, design ceilings, there's just a whole scope. So the challenges that I have faced for me is location, where I
Okay.
am.
All right.
We're in Middleburg. It's a very small town, and Middleburg is
Yeah.
not a design town.
Yes.
We all know
But
it's
we can make it one, right? Is
we
it doable?
can. Yes, it's doable.
I mean, you should be the change that you want to see, right?
Exactly.
Which is not easy, though.
No, it's not easy at all. So for me, that has been the challenge, just the location, not having a lot of opportunities
Yes.
to do interior design. But for the draftsman part of it, I've been okay because there are
Okay.
obviously architectural firms
Yes,
around, so
yes.
I can do that type of work.
I can imagine. But we can't really blame the people because I don't think they're that clued up or
No,
they wouldn't find it as a necessity to actually add an interior.
I don't think so. I think it's because it's confused with being a decorator.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
I hope
a
you
lot
guys
of
are learning.
a lot of females do think that they're decorators, you know.
Actually.
If you buy your house, you're
you
gonna
can
pick
do it
what you
yourself.
want for yourself, yes. So I think maybe that would be another challenge as well, that maybe some people don't think they need my services, but I think you might need my services.
It's understandable. So, how do interior designers and property agencies work together?
I think that they work together in the part where the agents have to sell their homes. Sometimes you find that a home is vacant.
Yes.
If you take a client there, they can't envision what the space could be.
Okay.
So then I think that it would be
beneficial.
an advantage, yes, to use an interior designer to maybe
Yes.
stage your
Yes.
property. You know, it's just to show the client that this is what you can do with the space.
Yes.
Because sometimes if you walk into an empty space, it can either seem too big or too small.
Quite intimidating
Exactly.
too.
And then if you already have furniture and stuff and you don't know where what is going to go, it's always better to have a visual of what the space can be. So I think they
Interesting.
could work together in that way.
And also, I think they can use that advanced digital kind of idea where it's drawn, but you can actually see it digital.
Yes.
You are very useful. Actually, you are very important, even though you might be classified as luxury, not a necessity. But I believe eventually in the future,
Yeah, and I
even
also,
currently, actually,
yeah, and I think that property agents
yes,
win with
Yeah.
staging their homes because they can
Yes.
sell them faster.
actually,
Yeah. So you don't have a home sitting there for months and months.
yes.
You know, you can sell it quick.
Yeah. Ne? So why is it important for clients to make use of an interior designer and a draftsman?
Okay. I think for some of the reasons that I've mentioned before, but I think it also just allows you as a person to be able to see what a space could be
Yes.
and how it could function. Sometimes as well, it happens that you buy a home, an old home. You know, old houses are blocks,
Yes.
and you now want this contemporary
Feel.
house
Yes.
in a blocked home. So an interior designer could help you and maybe guide you in which walls to break,
Yes.
what to use a certain space for. So I think it would be beneficial to use an interior designer, and then draftsman obviously to draft the technical drawing so that your contractor knows what to do in that space.
It makes everything easy.
Yes, makes everything just work smoothly.
I hope you guys are considering. So what makes a professional interior designer, and how do our clients actually spot one?
Okay, first of all, you need to be qualified.
Okay.
So you need to go study wherever you choose to study. And then after that, you can register at a place called the IID,
Okay.
which is the Interior Design Institute, where you can be registered there as a professional. So if people are looking for an interior designer and don't know where to go, they can
That's
go
where they
there and
search.
search for one, yes.
Okay.
It basically works the same as SACAP, which is the one for architects and draftsmen as well. You can go there and search, and everyone that is registered there is
Okay.
reputable.
All right.
Yes.
That's easy. So what do clients need to consider before building?
I think they need to consider first the location.
Okay.
If they're going to be building a new house or development, you need to consider your location. Your location needs to help function what you are building there. So
Okay.
if you are building a home there and you want to grow your family there, you take into consideration schools, the schools around you, if it's close to shops and all of that. So you need to get your location right. You're not gonna want to be a first-time home buyer and maybe buy a house in a rowdy place where you're gonna have young kids. You know?
Yeah.
So location is important, and I think if you are going to be building a new house, you need to also consider the zoning for where you are building, also for either a house or for a commercial property.
May I ask, when you say zoning, what do you mean?
Sites are zoned for different functions.
Okay.
So there's zoning for houses, there's zoning for businesses.
Okay.
So you need to make sure that you meet the criteria for whatever it is that you want to build there. Because sometimes people do convert existing homes into businesses,
All right.
but then you have to be zoned to be able to function as a business. And there's certain steps that you go through. Sometimes it's a very lengthy process. If you are building on a new site, there are costs involved, especially from the municipality side. If the municipality has to put in services in there, like your sewer and your water connection and your electrical connection, all of that costs money. So you need to consider that as well. Adding on to that, you need to consider your budget. So you need to have a budget and stick to your budget as much as you can. And in your budget, also make space for a contingency. So have a certain percentage added onto your budget for any unforeseen circumstances that might occur. Because you don't want to find yourself in a position where you start building, something happens, and because you haven't accounted for a problem, then now your building work either has to stop or it has to be delayed because now you don't have the funds to fund
It's more
all
like
of that.
setting apart in an emergency amount.
Basically. So yeah, you need to consider that as well.
It's a lot.
Add another
Yes.
thing. You also need to hire the right architect to obviously draw your plans
Yes.
and make sure that everything that is on the plan meets the standards of the municipality where you are submitting to. And also pick a good builder as well. You know, a lot of builders have insurance. If anything happens, they are insured for those problems that might happen. So that's also a good thing to consider as well.
Yani. So how crucial is a feasibility study before working on any project?
I think it's very important because you want to know that whatever project it is that you want to embark on, you want to know that it will work. You know, you don't want to just have an idea and just place it wherever. You know, this works a lot as well with commercial buildings because there's a lot you can do there. You can have a warehouse, you can have a mall, you know, you can have a school. So you need to take into consideration the type of building that you want to put up there and the surroundings of it, and you need to make sure that it will work. You know, if you come up with an idea and you want to do something somewhere, your idea might be good, but then your location might not be good.
So that's where you actually come in.
Yes.
To actually assist the client.
Yes, and you check a lot of things, even submitting to the council, what is the process in that area, how long does it take, so that you take back to your client a realistic timeline to say that at this council, they take 6 months to assess just the site development plan. And after that, it's a certain amount of time to assess this.
That time we wanted to do it by the year
Yes.
end.
Yeah, we get clients who come to us and are like now, I need plans. I want to build my house in December. And we're like, oh, December. Like, do you know the process?
Oh my word.
I mean, we have a process. The municipality has a process. Your builder has a process. Then you have to order materials. So everything just has a timeline.
Yeah.
You know, yes.
Especially if you want to build that dream home of yours.
Exactly.
Or that big, empire.
Exactly.
Yo, it's a lot. So what have you mastered throughout your career?
I think I've mastered a lot the technical side of drawing because I do that basically every single day. So I did understand construction and building plans from school,
Yes.
but obviously being in school and practically working are two totally different things. So I've been able to master that part, understanding how architects work, understanding how the municipality works, and also other people that are involved in a project, like your engineers. So also being able to create documents that are readable and are sufficient for everyone that is involved.
Aisha, it's a lot.
It is a lot, but I enjoy
No wonder
it.
you wear glasses. I don't blame you.
My eyes are just ruined.
I can imagine. So, if our viewers would like to make use of your services, where can they get you? Would you like leaving your numbers or your email? I don't know.
Okay, I'll leave my cell phone number and my email address.
Okay.
My cell phone number is 076 722 3795, and you can email me at n.hle.twala@gmail.com.
Alrighty. That was very, very much informative. I hope that our viewers have learned something, because I've learned something myself.
That's good.
I'd like to make use of your services.
Please do. You won't regret it.
Alrighty. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope that you were informed. From me, your girl Umtagamguni, and the amazing team, it's a bye.
Bye.